Is Inuit clothing different from Eskimo clothing? When we think about clothing in the polar regions, it is fascinating to consider how culture and geography shape what people wear. The terms Inuit clothing and Eskimo clothing often come up, but they are not interchangeable. Understanding the differences can give us a clearer picture of the rich history of indigenous peoples in these areas. Inuit clothing refers specifically to the traditional garments worn by the Inuit peoples. These groups inhabit Arctic regions of Canada, Greenland, and parts of the United States. The term Eskimo has been used more broadly to describe various indigenous Arctic peoples, including Inuit and Yupik groups. However, it is now seen as outdated and sometimes offensive when referring to Inuit people. Therefore, Inuit clothing is the more accurate and respectful term. Inuit clothing is designed to withstand extreme cold. It is made from animal hides and furs, mainly from caribou, seals, and seabirds. These materials are chosen for their ability to insulate against the harsh Arctic climate. A typical Inuit outfit includes a hooded parka, pants, mittens, inner footwear, and outer boots. The layering of these garments is essential for warmth. Inner layers often have the fur side facing the skin to trap heat, while outer layers have the fur facing outward to protect against wind and moisture. The design of Inuit clothing focuses on insulation, waterproofing, breathability, durability, and functionality. For instance, hoods and sleeves are often trimmed with fur from animals like wolves or wolverines. This creates windbreaks that help keep warm air close to the body. The clothing is usually loose-fitting, allowing for movement while still trapping heat, which is crucial for hunting and daily activities in the cold. Making Inuit clothing is a skill that has been passed down through generations, primarily by women. This process is not only practical but also culturally significant. Clothing often features decorations like motifs, fringes, and beadwork that reflected Inuit identity and beliefs. When we talk about Eskimo clothing, it can include garments made by other Arctic indigenous groups, such as the Yupik in Alaska and Siberia. While these groups may share some materials and techniques due to similar environmental needs, their clothing styles and cultural meanings can differ. For example, the Yupik may use different animal skins or have unique decorative styles. From the perspective of the polar regions, Inuit clothing represents an adaptation finely tuned to the Arctic environment. It embodies a balance of warmth, moisture control, and mobility. The distinction between Inuit and Eskimo clothing is more about cultural identity than the function of the garments. Inuit clothing is a direct expression of the Inuit people's relationship with their environment and their survival needs in the polar climate. In practical terms, traditional Inuit clothing remains highly effective for extreme cold. Caribou skin outfits can be used in temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. The layering system, choice of materials, and construction create a microclimate that retains body heat while managing perspiration and preventing frostbite. This illustrates a remarkable understanding of polar conditions. In short, Inuit clothing differs from Eskimo clothing mainly in cultural specificity and terminology. Inuit clothing is a distinct system designed for survival in the harsh Arctic, reflecting the unique heritage and environment of the Inuit people within the broader context of polar indigenous histories.